How accurate are Zillow's estimates? This is a common question in the real estate business. And before I get started, I have to give Zillow credit by saying they have a beautiful, user-friendly website that provides general real estate information. But if you're going to buy or sell a home, their home value estimates, also known as Zestimates, simply cannot be trusted. There are many other real estate websites similar to Zillow that provide value estimates as well, but the same holds true for them in the sense that you can't count on them to be on target and they shouldn't be taken seriously. In this video, I'm going to give you the reasons why I make this claim. So what's the issue with Zillow's estimates? Well, before websites like Zillow existed, it was difficult for the average buyer or seller to have access to real estate values and comparable sales, also known as comps. You had to rely on real estate agents to get this information. Now, everybody has access to this data, making it a lot easier to understand roughly what a property is worth. The problem with this is the online estimates or Zestimates provided by Zillow or similar sites can mislead people to believe that their house is worth significantly more or less than it really is. They mean well, but at the end of the day, these websites arrive at their estimated values based on algorithms. And these algorithms or automated systems that they use, they don't take into consideration variables that can adjust the price higher or lower from the average prices in a neighborhood. When you're looking to sell or buy, you can't afford to underprice or overvalue a home by tens of thousands of dollars. From experience, I've seen home values in my area in Orange County be off $20,000 to $100,000 or more from the real market value. So how does Zillow determine their estimated value? They use algorithms to figure out how much a property is worth based on tax records, recent sales prices of nearby homes, and the last sales price of your home. For example, they'll go off the bedroom and bath count, the size of the living area, the lot size, and other factors. They know the last sales price of the home as well as what the other properties in the area have sold for. They take this data along with homeowner entered information such as upgrades made to the home or other features the property has to determine the value. Even though Zillow's formula has all these statistical data points at its disposal, unfortunately, it's impossible to take into consideration all the individual features that homes have that substantially affect their value, which is why there's almost always a significant discrepancy. It's been said that one of the things Zillow takes into consideration when assigning a value to a home is the property's assessed value. If Zillow indeed uses this data in their algorithms to determine their estimate, then it's easy to see how their estimated values can be so far out of whack. A home's assessed value and its fair market value are two very different things. The assessed value is the amount a tax assessor uses to determine how much tax will be paid on a property. The fair market value is the price a buyer and seller agree on to conduct a transaction. It's very common to see properties sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars over the assessed values. And believe it or not, in down markets, it isn't rare for homes to sell for less than the assessed value. A real estate appraiser will never look at a property's assessed value when determining how much a home is worth. Sometimes Zillow's estimates will be close to accurate, but more often than not, they're way off the mark. In regards to Zillow taking into consideration what a home has sold for in the past, this is good to know, but it doesn't have anything to do with what a property is worth right now. The market fluctuates on a daily basis, and what a home sold for a few years ago shouldn't be used to determine its current market value. Recent selling prices of nearby homes are relevant if you're selling your property or looking to buy one, but they need to be viewed as what they are, which are comparable sales. And comparable sales or comps should be used if the subject property is similar to it, but no two existing homes are exactly the same, so their values need to be adjusted up or down depending on the size, features, and conditions of the property. If you live in a cookie-cutter home in a new community where everybody has the same features and nobody in the neighborhood has upgraded or renovated their properties, then data from comparable sales will be more reliable, but that's not likely to be the case for most people. However, if your home is in a neighborhood where most of the properties are different from each other, then only relying on nearby recent sales isn't going to cut it. The way Zillow and an appraiser or realtor determine a market value are totally different. Zillow uses machines, computers, and algorithms. A professional appraiser or real estate agent arrives at a market value for a property by being aware of how one comparable sale is related to the next. A good realtor will be well versed in comparing substantially different properties in an area to determine an accurate price on a home. Zillow, on the other hand, doesn't have this capability because they don't have people involved, which is why their estimates are off by so much. Zillow actually discloses that their estimates might not be accurate, and this is a very honorable thing for them to do. But the only problem is it's buried deep in the back pages of their website. Zillow says, quote, "The Zestimates median error rate for on-market homes nationwide is 1.9%, meaning Zestimates for half on-market homes are within 2% of the ultimate sales price and half are not. For off-market homes, the median error rate is 7.5%. Therefore, only half of off-market homes are within 7.5% of the ultimate price." The way they word this doesn't make it sound so bad, but it's important to understand what this really means. It means the Zillow estimate is within 2 to 7.5% of the actual market value only half the time. I don't mean to be offensive, but these numbers are egregious. If an appraiser gave you an appraisal report for your home and told you he was within 2 to 7.5% of the value only half the time, and the other half of the time he was off by more than that, to say that appraisal report is unreliable would be a wild understatement. Whether you're selling your house or you're buying one, you want the estimated value to be reliable so you can negotiate the best deal for yourself. But if you're going off undependable public data on Zillow or similar websites, it's going to be very difficult to do so. At the end of the day, this error rate is too risky to rely on. When you're spending as much money as you are for a home, you need accurate information, and that's not something you're going to be able to find online, unfortunately. The best way to find out the true value of a property is to get a cost market analysis, or CMA, from a professional realtor or to pay for an appraisal. Since Zillow doesn't have any representatives with boots on the ground, it's impossible for them to see the interior of your home or know any other details about your local area. They don't know if you've invested tens of thousands of dollars in a new kitchen or landscaping, which is going to increase the value of your property. They also don't take into consideration if your home is next to railroad tracks or if it backs to a noisy freeway, which will have a negative impact on the value. These are just a few of the things that can cause a gap between market value and a Zillow estimate. While Zillow estimates aren't reliable or accurate, for the most part, they do a good job with everything else. The other data they provide can definitely be helpful if you're selling or buying a home. As a buyer, they have a great website for looking at homes. The information provided for a property is drawn from the Multiple Listing Service, or MLS, so provided the listing agent entered the correct information, it should be reliable. It shows all the same images from the MLS listing and all the pertinent information about a property, like where it's located on the map, the size, the bedroom and bath count, the year it was built, the taxes, and so on. They also do a great job providing the price history from previous transactions. You can actually see what the current owner paid for the property and any price changes since it's been listed. Zillow does a good job of making this information available all in one place. As a seller, if you've done a good job preparing your home for sale and had professional photography done, you can rest assured it will look great on their website, which will lead to more showings. There has been some research showing it's possible Zillow estimates can be accurate within 80 to 90% of the value of a property. So Zillow is a good tool to find the overall general price of your home as a starting point. Be that as it may, when you're looking to price a home or want to know its true market value so you can buy right now, you can't count on Zillow's estimate to be accurate. Hopefully this video has gotten your attention if you're planning on selling as a for sale by owner and are opposed to consulting with a realtor or an appraiser for an estimate because you were counting on the price on Zillow to be accurate. The main reason homes don't sell is because they're unrealistically priced. If you overprice or underprice your home from the onset, you'll most likely end up selling it for less than you would have if you priced it right from the beginning. The bottom line is you can't rely on computers, machines, or algorithms when it comes to this. If you want an accurate estimate of what your house is worth, it's best to consult with a professional real estate agent that has a good business mind or to hire a certified appraiser. To find out what an appraiser looks for in a home appraisal, check out this video right here. If you found this video useful and you think we've earned it, please hit the like button or subscribe to our channel to see more videos like this.